Okay, many of you will already have heard the news. For those who haven't, the news is not good. During the night, the Narn military launched a sneak attack against the Centauri agricultural colony at Ragesh 3 on the border of Centauri space. The Narn claimed they liberated the colony, while the Centauri claimed this was an unprovoked attack and an act of war. Later today, the Narn ambassador will address the council, and maybe we'll find out what this is all about. Of course, Babylon 5 was built to sort out this kind of dispute. If we're lucky, this is just another opportunity to prove the taxpayers' money was well spent. In the meantime, be careful out there. Things could get rough. Security Chief Garibaldi has uncovered a pattern in recent attacks by the raiders against shipping vessels. The cargo space on all the routes hit so far has been sold by the same company. Suspiciously, this same company experienced problems with their data crystals. The likely reality is that these data crystals are now in the possession of the raiders. Okay, assuming Chief Garibaldi's theory is correct, the next vessel likely to be hit is currently in transit to its local jump gate. Even worse, the booking for this vessel was changed at the last minute. There are now over 500 refugees on board. The raiders are not aware of this. You will take Alpha and Beta wings, both of which are outfitted with Starfuries. You will take Alpha and Beta wings, both of which are outfitted with Starfuries.
Detecting high-energy weapon emissions.
I'm getting hit signatures for 5, maybe 6 ships. Mayday! Mayday, this is the Eden Star. We're under attack. Repeat, we're under attack. Some kind of raiding party.
Acknowledged. Hold on tight. Help is on the way. Earthports to raiding party. You are attacking a freighter carrying civilian passengers. Cease your attack immediately.
Not a chance. We need the supplies of that freighter, and we are going to get them.
Doesn't sound like you're going to play ball for one. We're going to have to take them down.
Weapons hot. Let's get them, boys. Pilot.
The remaining raiders are bugging out and heading for the jump gate.
Looks like they're using the local hyperspace jump gate as a staging post for their attacks.
Meaning they have a command and control ship waiting in hyperspace.
Or it's in normal space and they're trying to lure us away from it.
Agreed. Since we have orders to look for a raider base, I suggest we search normal space for anything unusual.
Copy that, sir.
Affirmative.
Babylon 5, we have located the Raiders' command and control vessel. We're sending you the coordinates.
This is Babylon 5 to Raider Base. We have warships en route to your position. Stand down and prepare to be boarded.
Negative, Babylon Station. We'll take our chances.
Alpha and Beta, you have a new objective. Disarm that base, but do not destroy it. We need them alive for questioning.
All right, a party!
Weapons hot. Let's get 'em, boys. Affirmative.
Target acquired. Engaging now.
Good news, even Star has entered hyperspace safely.
There's a fight on your tail, pilot. I copy. Attacking hostiles now.
Watch your six!
Yes, sir. Targeting engines. Understood. Taking out weapon systems.
Yes, sir. Targeting engine subsystem now. Copy that. Those arming targets.
Targeting engine.
Raider CNC station has been disarmed.
This is the Raider CNC. We surrender. We are standing down. I repeat, we are standing down.
Well done, pilots. Be advised. The EA is about to jump in.
Affirmative.
Raider base. We are dispatching a shuttle. Prepare to be boarded. Roger. Good work, Alpha and Beta Wings. You are relieved. Approach our ship, and we'll open a jump point so you can return to Babylon 5.
Well done, pilot. Crew of the freighter, the refugees you saved, requested that we pass on to you their eternal gratitude. Without your intervention, there's little doubt they would have been killed at the hands of the raiders. The base you helped capture was of League design and was being used by the raiders as the major staging point for attacks in the Epsilon Eridani system. On board, we found over 100 raider personnel and over 20 Zephyr fighters. This is a significant loss for the raiders and will seriously impact their future operations in the system. On board the base we also found a representative of the Narn regime. He claims the Narn and the League have been selling ships and heavy weapons to the raiders for some time, and that the raiders have been buying in bulk. In return for keeping this information from becoming common knowledge, and for the swift return of their representative, the Narn provided us with a list of the materials they believe the raiders may have purchased during the last few months. It makes for a pretty worrying read. Narn heavy weapons for fitting on their Zephyr fighters, materials for building X-ray laser cannons, Narn Frazi and Drazi Sky Serpent fighters, and 3 50-kiloton nuclear warheads, thankfully without a delivery system. Okay, got some good news for you, and some bad news. You always seem to come as a package deal. Your performance, leading that mission against the Raiders yesterday, raised a few eyebrows back at Earthdome. Rumor has it they have some big things planned for you. That's the good news. Now here's the bad. Get your things together because you are shipping out. Be prepared for a long stay away. You're to report to Captain Stewart of the EAS Hood at 1000 hours Earth Standard Time, there to receive further orders. The Hood is parked outside, and there's a shuttle waiting for you in Base 6. Good luck.
Welcome, pilot, to the EAS Hood. This ship, like others that have shared its name, has a history of heroic service. It earned its refit to midwinter class, serving behind enemy lines during the Earth-Minbari War, scoring victories against the Minbari supply lines. Those who have served aboard the Hood have always performed above and beyond the call of duty. I ask everyone to bear this tradition in mind when they come aboard the ship. You will be joining us for the duration of our journey from Babylon 5 to Altair Station, the famous Orion-class ring station situated near the Altair 1 jump gate. Once there, I will give you further instructions. Although your stay on board the ship will be brief, it won't necessarily be uneventful. At 0600 hours tomorrow, we enter the Altair system. Altair is currently experiencing a surge in raider activity, the likes of which has never been seen. You have experience flying against them, and while you are here, I intend to avail myself of that experience. Should the need arise, I want you out there showing my pilots the way. Get some sleep. Be up and ready to fly at a moment's notice by 0600 hours tomorrow. At 0600 hours, we entered the Altair system. At 0648 hours, we received a distress signal from a group of freighters on the receiving end of what, by all accounts, sounds like a ferocious raider attack. We have changed course and will arrive there very shortly. Reports from the combat zone are confused. Initial reports indicated that as many as 5 civilian freighters were present. Further communications seem to indicate that at least 1, and possibly 2 freighters may already have been destroyed. We are fairly sure that a large number of raider fighters are involved in the attack, possibly in excess of 10. Time is against us, so despite the risks, we are going to jump directly into the heart of the combat zone. I have asked our usual wing commander to stand down, and I am instead granting you leadership of Alpha and Delta wings, 2 wings of 4 Aurora-class Starfuries. Alpha Wing will accompany the Hood through the jump point into normal space. Delta Wing will launch once we arrive. Your standing orders are to protect the freighters and engage hostile fighters. Be prepared to receive further instructions once we have arrived and been able to assess the situation.
Dive! Brace for impact.
This is Captain Stewart of the EAS Hood. All fighters, break and attack. Engage the raiders and protect the convoy.
I'm picking up 5 freighters. Make that 4 freighters. 3 are heading towards Altair 2. The 4th is running away from the convoy.
This is Captain Creel of the merchant vessel Fluence. You reckless sons of bitches. Were you trying to hit us on purpose?
My apologies, Captain. What's the situation?
The Tokyo has been destroyed. You probably saw that. The Akagi was boarded. The crew are either dead or captive, and the ship has left the convoy.
All pilots. The command is someone get close.
Attention! Enemy units approaching.
All fighters. We've got 2 breaching pods approaching the convoy. These hold raider boarding pods, so destroy them before they dock.
Since when do raiders have breaching pods?
That's not important, but it is important that
destroy them. Quickly.
Hostile at 6 o'clock.
Come on, pilots, I could use a little help here.
Hostile at 6 o'clock.
Engage the Medusa if you get the chance.
Go after Medusa. Too slow, Air Force. Bye-bye, fuckers.
The Medusa has escaped.
Oh God! Help me! No! No! Copy that. Engaging now.
Copper ring has been destroyed. Bronze ring has been destroyed. The area is secure. Stand by. Zeta wing, keep an eye on things while we clean up the mess. Alpha and Beta wings, your job is done. Return to base.
Well done, pilots. You flew an exemplary mission out there. In a fast-moving and hostile environment, you effectively managed to dogfight enemy fighters, absorb the events happening around you, and make smart use of your wingman. You impressed us all here on the hood. We didn't arrive in time to save the Tokyo, but make no mistake, we saved the lives of many today. Also, the freighter captains were responsible for what happened here. I have asked for their trade licenses to be revoked. These vessels carried valuable cargoes, Quantium-40, and sought-after medical supplies. If they had declared them, they would have been forced to pay for an appropriate escort. Instead, they put profit margins first, lied on their cargo manifests, and banded together to hire an inadequate mercenary escort. This made a tempting enough target for the raiders to commit many ships, including 2 breaching pods. Those are near impossible to obtain on the black market, and were surely difficult to come by, and will be equally difficult to replace. Regrettably, the Raiders carrier Medusa escaped on this occasion, as it has many times before. No doubt we will meet it and its Captain Goa again. Welcome to Altair Station, one of the busiest stations in the Earth Alliance, guarding one of the busiest jump gates. Altair is not a pretty system. The planets are dull, the planetoids duller, and the less said about the asteroid fields the better. The system is most notable for its many mining colonies and its prominent position. Many hyperspace routes between the territories of the major governments pass through Altair, as do many trade routes inside the territory of the Earth Alliance. The station especially sees heavy traffic from Epsilon and Sol. For a small fee, Altair Station provides services to ships traveling those routes, and allows trading in Altair space. The station itself trades in some goods. This, as the old saying goes, is where you get off. I am instructed to tell you to report to my good friend, Captain Jane Tennyson, on board the EAS Scylla at 1000 hours for further orders. The shuttle will be waiting for you in the launch bay at 0930. Don't be late. It has been an honor and a pleasure having you serve on my ship. Good hunting.
Greetings, pilot. Welcome to the Hyperion-class cruiser Scylla. I'm Captain Tennyson, commanding officer of this ship. I've heard much about your exploits in Epsilon Eridani, and Captain Stewart also speaks highly of you. That's why I personally requested that you serve on my ship for the duration of our duties here in Altair. Lieutenant Purcell put up quite a struggle to keep you, but that's another story. So why has Earth Force gone to the trouble of bringing you all this way? As you are no doubt aware, Altair has a raider problem. The raiders here are organized and well armed. Resident security forces in Altair have proven insufficient to contain them, and as a result the raiders have been able to grow exponentially. The situation has become intolerable. The raider influence is everywhere in the system. Crime is rife. In space, merchant vessels are taking heavy casualties. EarthGov has decided to take action. President Santiago has commissioned a 4-ship task force to remove the raiders from Altair. Those 4 ships are now present here at Altair Station: the Omega Destroyer Hermes, the Midwinter Cruiser Morpheus, and the Olympus Corvette Gibraltar, and my ship, the Scylla. You will serve with me on the Scylla until the task force's mission is complete. We were given an open brief by the President, so I and the other captains met with Earth Force analysts assigned to the task force to formulate some objectives. Our primary objective is to protect the civilians here. Our secondary objective, to neutralize as many raider assets as possible, effectively removing their ability to raid. The main problem is finding the raiders. The raiders have a jump-capable carrier called Medusa. They make quick hit-and-run attacks. Often by the time our ships arrive at the scene of the attack, the victims are already dead and the raiders are gone. We do believe the raiders must possess a large base to maintain their equipment and store stolen goods. If they do, then its location is a well-kept secret. Raider vessels are rigged to delete their nav coordinates should the ship be compromised, and captured pilots refuse to talk. Who can blame them? Those who betray the raiders wind up dead. The board is set. Hermes, Morpheus, and Gibraltar are about to jump. Each has been assigned an area of space which has seen frequent raider activity. They will patrol, look for raiders, and respond to news of new attacks. We will also loot shore. Before we do, the station has requested our help. Their fighter pilots have been working 24-hour shifts flying escort and rescue missions. They are fatigued and need rest. I have volunteered our pilots to cover while their pilots get some much-needed R&R. We will remain here for a day only. During that time, non-flight personnel are granted permission to board Altair Station. This is your lucky day, pilot. You pulled relief patrol. You will command Alpha Wing, a patrol of 3 Aurora Starfuries. Your mission is to fly a routine patrol of station space. Your primary objective is to protect innocents from harm. Your secondary objective is to observe traffic and watch for signs of trouble, which you will report to Station CNC. Stay on your toes. Tensions are running high around here, what with the raider epidemic. The Narn didn't do much for galactic stability either when they attacked Ragesh 3. Remember, Should problems occur, you are to follow orders from Altair Control. This mission is under their jurisdiction. Have fun out there.
Altair Station. This is General Maxwell Snyder. We are powering up our hyperdrives. See you later, Scylla. Don't be too long.
You can count on it, General.
Hermes hyperspace sensors indicate no obstructions on your present vector. You are cleared to jump. Happy hunting, sir. Narn freighters Jardok and Nanden, welcome to Altair Station.
We have an urgent appointment. Please may we have a berth in your space?
Confirmed. Surrender control of your vessels to Altair Control. Keep your escort close. We will not tolerate trouble here. Alpha Wing, escort the Narn. Stick to them like glue.
Hey, boss. I'm getting some semi-encoded signals from the Narns to the Centauri. I'll relay to you.
Blood-craving Centauri, cowardly murderers of women and children. Now it's your turn to live in fear.
Be quiet and stay away from us. We have no ties to the doings of the Centauri military or policies.
Altair Station. The Narns are using a semi-encoded frequency to harass the Centauri freighter Renzen. Order them to stop or there may be trouble.
Check-in. Jardok and Nanden, stop harassing the Centauri immediately. Do you copy?
These Centauri are a danger to this sector. We will assist you by removing that threat.
Altair Station, this behavior is an outrage. We expect you to protect us, as is your duty. You heard the man. Disable if possible. Destroy if necessary. Launching Delta Wing to assist.
Major Ground still firing at us. We surrender.
Stay where you are and power down your engines. Prepare to be boarded. Oh, this gets better. Heads up, people. We have unannounced guests. 3 jump points forming. Look to the gate. Centauri Cruiser Morgoth. We are here on behalf of the Centauri Republic to take custody of some non-fugitives. Let me guess. Jardok and Nanden? We followed their mothership to your system. They are here to sell weapons to the raiders to be used against innocent Centauri citizens. Morgoth, we cannot simply hand them over to you. We have arrested these Narns ourselves for crimes in Earth Alliance space. Once we have them, we will listen to what you have to say.
Did you hear that, Centauri? You can do nothing. We are under the protection of the Earth Alliance. We attack your people, and they protect us.
This is not a request, Earth Alliance. Give us the Narn now, or we will take them from you. I cannot give them to you. We have such thing as due process. Wait. Talk to our security people. We can work this out. Not good enough. Centauri warships are firing. Targeting is so far enough. All vessels return fire. Protect Enemy fighters headed for the GOD sat. The enemy wants to disable it before they can power up.
Pillars joining the fight.
Fully charged and coming online. Targeting Satori vessels. Fire in the hole! All vessels, cease fire! Centauri vessels, power down your engines and prepare to be boarded. This is going to be a long day. Alpha Wing, you may return to the
This is wrong. The non-Centauri conflict has nothing to do with us. Why should our pilots have to die?
So much for that being a routine patrol. With the Narn and the Centauri at loggerheads, the best thing to do is keep your head down until the shooting starts. Unfortunately, that wasn't an option here today. Circumstance put us right in the middle. Incidents like this start wars. In fact, that may have been the intent. The Centauri claim they are following a larger Narn warship which is here in Altair to sell weapons to the raiders, when they were lured away from the warship by the Narn that turned up here. If this is true, that the Narn knew the Centauri were hot on their heels when they picked a fight with the Centauri in our space and tried to frame us as the villains, it's possible. A war between Earth Alliance and the Centauri would weaken their old enemies. Politically, the Narn and the Centauri are keen to distance themselves from the actions of their citizens and pilots today. On the matter of the supposed Narn warship selling weapons to the raiders, EarthGov and the Centauri have agreed to work together in order to avoid any further misunderstandings in the future.
The task force commissioned by President Santiago to clean up the pirate-infested Altair system met with an inauspicious start to its campaign, running into trouble before it could even engage the raiders. A skirmish started by the Narn in Earth Alliance space near the system's major jump gate led to an all-out assault by the Centauri on a resident ring station in the system. Fortunately, resident Earth forces with the help of the EAS Scylla were able to fight the rampaging Centauri to a standstill and force their surrender. The Centauri government has expressed dismay at the appalling behavior of its captains and has apologized unreservedly for their actions. This, of course, comes only days after the Narn attacked the Centauri agricultural colony at Ragesh 3. Evidence has shown that whenever the Narn and the Centauri are in close proximity, death and destruction, measures need to be taken to prevent such situations arising where they may endanger human lives.
With the station's pilots rested, it's time for the Scylla to ship out. In an hour's time, we leave station space for our designated patrol zone. There we will hunt for the raiders and respond to ongoing raider attacks. Our task force sister ships, the Hermes, Morpheus, and Gibraltar, are already there doing the very same thing. In fact, in the first official engagement of the task force early this morning, the Gibraltar valiantly fought off 2 wings of raider fighters and saved the Galen, a medical research vessel. Further attacks are likely, and we must be ready to move at a moment's notice. I ask all pilots to maintain combat readiness and arrive early for your designated shifts. Tennyson out. At 15:42 hours, we intercepted a distress signal from the Wellington, a freighter deep inside one of Altair's many asteroid fields. The Wellington was part of an asteroid mining operation when it was attacked by raiders. The other ships participating in the operation were destroyed. The Wellington was disabled and disarmed, its cargo of precious metals looted. It now drifts defenseless and could be destroyed by a stray asteroid at any time. The crew are in urgent need of rescue. The Scylla is already en route to the freighter's location. Once there, we will mount a daring rescue operation. Our aim, to recover the crew of the ship Wellington before it is destroyed by asteroids. The asteroid field in which it drifts is dense and moving, so this will not be a straightforward operation. Here's the plan. 1. You will lead a wing of 4 Aurora Starfuries. Scylla will open a jump point from hyperspace into the asteroid field. You will enter normal space and clear the way for the Scylla to enter normal space. Your computer has been programmed with a nav marker to show where the Scylla is due to emerge, and to designate any obstructive asteroids its gold wing. 2. Once the Scylla's jump engines have recharged and you have cleared gold wing, Scylla will jump in. Until Scylla arrives, you must protect the Wellington and its crew from stray asteroids. Asteroids which might pose a threat to the Wellington will be highlighted in white by your ship's computer. 3. Once Scylla has jumped to normal space at the aforementioned nav marker, hopefully without plowing straight into an asteroid and being smashed into bits, we will then deploy a shuttle to recover the ship's crew. This will be the most difficult part of the mission, as you will need to watch over the Wellington and the rescue shuttle. 4. Once the shuttle has returned to the Scylla with the crew of the Wellington and our jump engines have recharged, we will all jump back to hyperspace, completing the mission.
Searching for the freighter. Found it, 10 o'clock high.
Hey, guys. Thank God you're here. What's the plan?
The EAS Scylla will arrive momentarily to recover you. In the meantime, we have to clear a path for us to protect you.
Roger that, Alpha Wing. You guys are the best. Over and out.
Arrival marker is clear. Repeat, arrival marker is clear. Alpha 1, call the facility at your discretion.
Shuttle on the way. ETA 2 minutes. Roger that. Roger that. Dock made and sealed. It'll take maybe half a minute to evacuate the Wellington.
We better get a move on. The freighter's getting creamed.
Evacuation complete. Break and seal. Return to the Celia.
Wellington has been destroyed. The shuttle has made it back to the silo.
Roger that.
Well done, pilots. We have the crew of the Wellington on board. Let's get out of here. Alpha Wing full lock 1. Engage jump engines on my mark. Blasting rocks may not be glamorous, but on this occasion it was for a good cause. On this occasion, your alertness and persistent sharpshooting, and that of your fellow pilots, resulted in a successful rescue mission which saved the lives of the 4 merchant crewmen. The captain of Wellington asked me to convey to you his gratitude, and offers to buy you a drink at your convenience.
The EAS Scylla was in the news again today. In a daring rescue operation, the Scylla recovered the crew of the stricken freighter hit by the raiders and left for dead amidst a lethal asteroid field. For an exclusive interview with the captain of the ship, tune into our late show at 11.
With the first few days of combat operations over, the task force has met with some limited success. So far, our ships have been able to stop and repel 3 attacks and destroy 3 wings of enemy fighters. On the flip side, we have already seen how even with 4 capital ships in system, Earth Force cannot be everywhere at once. 2 enemy raids were successful, a raid on a mining operation and a merchant group, where the raiders escaped with full cargoes of precious metals and complex machine parts respectively. Regrettably, there were civilian fatalities in both raids. The raiders will of course use the profits from these raids to replace some of their lost hardware. As expected, they are proving an elusive opponent. Efforts to locate their forces and preempt attacks have failed. Our best hope of finding the raiders may lie with our intelligence operatives and military analysts, who are working hard behind the scenes to try to provide us with the information we need. I have asked the head of our analysis team, Lieutenant Tony Marshall, to say a few words on what they have learned so far.
Greetings, pilots. First of all, I'd like to commend every one of you on the fine job you're doing. The data on raider attacks is proving invaluable in helping us formulate a model of how the raiders are operating in Altair. We have already reached some fascinating conclusions. The biggest surprise was the sheer number of ships the raiders are fielding. Mostly, but not exclusively, Zephyrs. The Zephyr, of course, is an old ship, a relic of the now-defunct Belt Alliance. These ships have always been obtainable on the black market, but not in these kind of numbers. Our best guess is that someone out there is manufacturing these ships, either the raiders themselves, another third party, or both. Building Zephyrs is quite within the capabilities of the raiders, provided they can obtain suitable parts, but it would be difficult to do on the move. This is more evidence that they have a stationary base of operations here, as they did in Epsilon. Various Earth corporations would also have the resources to build Zephyrs, as do the Narn, who have already been caught supplying the raiders in Epsilon and gained experience reverse engineering alien technology during the Centauri occupation. The raiders' hit-and-run tactics are serving them well, suspiciously well in fact. They are consistently picking poorly defended, high-value targets and hitting them precisely the location and time it is most difficult for our ships to respond, implying the raiders know both the cargo manifests and the movements of both the ships they are targeting and our vessels. This leads me to believe we may have moles operating within Earth Force, leaking information to the raiders. I have informed Earth Force Internal Affairs of my suspicions and ask everyone to be especially vigilant at this time. Please inform your superiors if you see anything out of the ordinary. It may be nothing, it may be something. Let us decide. One final note, something I know many of you have already noted. We did on one occasion see 2 simultaneous raider attacks in different parts of the system, suggesting the raiders may now possess 2 jump-capable vessels.
At 0900 hours, Easy Line operated Starliner Bradbury left Altair Station en route to Babylon 5. At 1100, we picked up a distress signal from the Bradbury, indicating that a bomb had been found aboard the ship. Bradbury was in hyperspace and had already completed approximately half the journey when the Discovery was launched. At our recommendation, the ship made an emergency detour. It took the nearest jump gate and dropped back into normal space. It is now waiting for our assistance near Biggs Colony, more or less equidistant between Altair and Epsilon. Time is of the essence. We'll jump in as close to the Starliner as is safe. Upon arrival, we will dispatch a crew shuttle carrying a bomb disposal team. Once aboard, the bomb disposal team can remove the threat. You will command Alpha Wing, a wing of 3 Aurora Starfuries. Your objectives are to escort the shuttle carrying the bomb disposal team to the Bradbury, and more generally to protect the civilians on the Bradbury and in the shuttles and life pods from possible Raider attack. Your role is precautionary. Although there are life pods and escape shuttles in the area belonging to the Bradbury, no Raider presence has been reported. Scylla to Bradbury. We're sending across the bomb disposal team. Shuttle launching now. Alpha Wing will fly escort.
Boy, are we glad to see you, Sheila. It's madness here. We tried to perform an orderly evacuation, but the passengers panicked. And then all hell broke loose. There was a rush for the shuttles and life pods. Many injuries relating to crushing and asphyxia. Some fatalities. The life pods and shuttles are all gone now. There's still hundreds left on board, maybe up to 1,000.
Roger that, Bradbury. We'll prep some medical shuttles for launch. It'll take a few minutes. Hang in there.
Hello? Can you hear me? This is one of the escape pods from the Bradbury. Please can you rescue us?
Bradbury shuttles and life pods. Stay off the air. You are in no danger and will be attended to shortly. Please move away from the Bradbury.
Who found the bomb? Where is it?
A maintenance worker found it whilst checking out a blockage in the passenger section air filtration system. I don't see how a passenger could have put it there.
What does it look like? Are there any distinct markings?
It's red. I'm told the writing on it is not. It's huge. I don't know how anyone could have smuggled it on the ship.
We're on final approach, clear of the landing dock.
Energy spike on the Bradbury.
Shuttle aboard.
What? It's too late!
No!
Scan results are conclusive. No survivors. Nobody. Nobody at all.
Okay, people, stop. Compose yourselves. We still have a job to do. We're going to prep some shuttles and start wheeling in the life pods.
Hang on. Jump gate sequence initiated. Raiders. Raiders on an attack vector. Headed for the escape pods and shuttles.
Weapons hot, let's...
No, I won't have it. Launch Delta. All fighters, keep those raiders away from the pods and shuttles. Get me a channel.
Weapons hot, let's get 'em, boys.
Captain Tennyson of the Earth Alliance cruiser Scylla to the raiding party. This is an attack on unarmed civilians. There's no profit to be gained from this. Leave. Now.
Forget it, Scylla. Our contract said no survivors. If anyone walks away from this thing, we miss out on a big paycheck.
This is mass murder!
This is business.
I want those raiders out of my sky. Now. We are repositioning the Scylla to put it between the raiders and the civilians.
Weapons hot, let's get 'em, boys. You take it to 'em.
Great shot, pilot.
Copy that, sir.
There's nothing you could have done to save the Brad. There simply was not enough time to get a bomb disposal team onto the ship. 874 perished in the explosion. This is a dark day. Sensor readings identify the weapon used as a low-yield nuclear device, probably one of the 3 weapons sold to the Raiders by the Ron and Epsilon. Raiders aren't terrorists. They have no political agenda. They exist for one reason: profit. Ergo, someone paid them to do this. The target could have been any one or more of the passengers, or even the ship itself. This loss will cripple Easyline, the company that owned the Bradbury. Probably put them out of business. One thing is for sure. This was the most sickening, cold-blooded slaughter of innocents I've witnessed in my career. Easyline have begun going through the passenger list and notifying next of kin. There will be a memorial service for those who died aboard each of the task force ships at 6 p.m. Eastern. Counseling and talk for those who know.
Tragedy struck the troubled Altair system today when the Easyline-operated Starliner Bradbury was destroyed in a fatal explosion. Then, in a macabre twist, the Raiders, who are believed to have been responsible for the explosion, arrived on the scene to destroy the ship's life pods and brutally massacre the few survivors to have escaped with their lives. Despite the best efforts of the EAS Scylla, countless were killed. ISN estimates the death toll in excess of 1,000. ISN would like to convey its deepest sympathy to the families of those who died in the incident. More on this in our special at 11.
News of the Bradbury massacre has caused widespread panic. The people here are scared, and who can blame them? The Raiders have demonstrated that they are now willing to murder innocents en masse. Many are choosing to leave Altair. The jump gate has seen a steady flow of traffic. In the last 5 hours, we've seen almost 60 ships leave the system. Most people, of course, do not have the luxury of being able to leave. Many people have jobs or businesses to run here in Altair. Amidst all this, the Raider attacks continue. We have returned to Altair Station to deliver the few survivors from the Bradbury to their families. They are truly lucky to be alive, but sadly, it is important for us to move on to the to prevent further atrocities. We will remain here for about a day before returning to deep space to once again search for the Raiders. In the meantime, I have asked our lead analyst to gather intel on these Raiders. Lieutenant Marshall has requested that he be allowed to bring you up to speed.
We know that the weapon used came from the Narn and Epsilon, and that, if our information is correct, they possess 2 more. We also have a lead on how the weapon was smuggled onto the Starliner. Security on the station found one of their dock workers dead in his quarters, apparently having hung himself. He was involved in loading the Bradbury when it was at the station, and we are reasonably sure he loaded the weapon onto the ship at this time. The forensic investigation into his death seems to confirm that his death was really a suicide. There was nobody else present when it happened. Why he would kill himself is up for debate. Maybe the Raiders somehow forced him, or the guilt of what he had done was too much to bear. I can only speculate. Although we we are still unable to confirm the presence of further Raider moles, I do believe they exist. I believe this dock worker was an unfortunate pawn in a larger game. Internal Affairs have assured me that they are dealing with the situation. I hope they plug these leaks quickly. We have heard nothing from the Raiders to indicate that this bombing was an act of political terrorism. We would not expect to. The Raiders have never had a political agenda. Assuming this act was perpetrated for profit, who was paying them and what was the target? We do not know at this time, but we intend to find out.
We just got word from Earth Force Internal Affairs that a team of investigators is about to arrive at Altair Station. The investigation is being led by the Cyclops. Cyclops have been granted unrestricted access to Earth Force records and personnel. This includes the right to ask Earth Force personnel to submit to a telepathic scan. The Psycore transport and its escort, comprised of 2 Black and White Starfuries, will arrive in approximately 15 minutes. Just enough time for you to suit up, because we've decided that you're flying this way. You will command Alpha Wing, a wing of 3 Aurora Starfuries. Your orders are to assist Delta Wing in escorting the Psycore shuttle to the station. Other forces at your disposal include the Better Wing, a patrol of 2 Auroras, and the station officer. Delta Wing flies from the Psycore and do not have authority on them. Normally this would be a routine mission. Things being the way they are, keep your eyes open.
The PSI Corps shuttle is due to arrive in 10 seconds. You better get a move on, Alpha Wing.
Delta Wing standing ready.
This is Psycop Peterson. Good day to you, Altair Control. Do you have a flight path for us?
Come straight in, sir. Civilian traffic has been cleared to secondary corridors. It was a rush. We didn't get much warning.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects who?
Look it up. We're on our way in. ETA 6 minutes.
Jump gate open. We have an unscheduled arrival coming through. Could be Raiders.
It's just a freighter. I thought they were all headed in the opposite direction.
Even so, it's not scheduled. Unidentified freighter. Please identify. Scan results are inconclusive. The data is garbled. The freighter has a modified hull plating which is hindering our scanners. This is suspicious. Altair Control to unidentified freighter. Leave the space lane and power down your engines immediately.
Something you don't see every day.
Alright, a party! Raider fighters inbound. Headed to the station. Engage and destroy.
Altair Station. Do you have a geodesat and a cruiser? There's no way those Zephyrs are here for you.
Then they're either here for civilian freighters, or they're here for you. After all, you're the only high-profile flight out there.
I copy. Attacking hostiles now.
Hostile at 6 o'clock.
Nice shot.
Raider freighter is running for the jump gate. Stop it before it escapes. Disable it if possible. Destroy if necessary.
Altair Control, there's something else out there. Someone else wants us dead. It's not the Raiders. This is about hatred, not money.
Can you be more specific?
They're nearby. Whoever it is wants us dead so badly that they'll sacrifice their own life. We could be looking at a kamikaze.
Okay, Earth Alliance, we surrender already. We're going nowhere. Standing down.
You heard that, people. Be on the lookout for anything suspicious. Scan nearby ships.
How do you know all this?
I'm a psychop. Do the math.
What the hell was that?
We're sustaining damage.
Affirmative.
The shuttle has arrived safely aboard the Altair station. Good job, pilots. The area is secure.
Nicely done, pilot. Thanks to your quick thinking and decisive command of the mission, the shuttle arrived safely at Altair Station, despite the best efforts of all hostile parties. The use of the modified freighter to smuggle fighters into the station space was ingenious. Nevertheless, for the plan to work, the Raiders needed to know the shuttle's arrival time to the minute. That information was available only to high-level station personnel. The Internal Affairs Investigation are treating this as proof that we have leaks at a high level, and have begun performing compulsory scans of high-level Earth Force personnel. The kamikaze ship carried an identical warhead to that used on the Bradbury. The ship was manned, but the pilot is unknown. The usual pilot was rendered unconscious. The pilot who took his place was willing to die to stop the Internal Affairs Investigation team from reaching Altair Station.
More trouble in Altair today as Earth Force eyes were investigating possible moles working for the Raiders. Psychops aboard the system's famous ring station have been conducting compulsory scans of high-ranking personnel throughout the night. This follows the destruction of a passenger liner in the system only yesterday, which claimed almost 1,000 lives. Earth Force suspects someone on the station could be involved, although many on Earth have been alleging the involvement of a rival Starliner operator, Stellarline, and its director, Lyman Zerga, although ISM would like to stress that there is no evidence to support these claims at this time.
Most of those wishing to flee Altair have now done so. In a way, this is good news. The heavier traffic was difficult to police. Now that traffic is a little lighter, we can offer the remaining civilians here better protection. That is not to say the system is quiet. Life, or more precisely business, goes on. The Raiders were unfortunately able to take advantage of the increased traffic and stage 2 more successful raids, stealing a cargo of spacecraft parts, which will probably end up being used in interceptors, and another of foodstuffs. Hermes was able to foil a 3rd raid. Once again, 2 of the raids were executed simultaneously. More evidence that they now have 2 jump-capable vessels. The carrier Medusa and its annoying Captain Goa we know about, of course. The other vessel we still know nothing about. So far, nobody has lived to tell the tale. Ridding the galaxy of those ships is a primary objective for the task force. With that in mind, we are all set to return to our designated control area between Altair and Epsilon, the area where the recent attack involving the unidentified Raider jump ship took place. Our objectives are the same as last time: search for the Raiders and respond to Raider attacks. We all know how elusive the Raiders are, but I remain hopeful that our team of analysts on Altair Station can come up with something soon that might point us in the right direction. Certainly the Internal Affairs Investigation Team seems to be making progress. They've carried out many compulsory scans of Earth Force personnel, and subsequently there have been a number of arrests. The sooner they get the moles that have been leaking information on our activities to the Raiders all along, the sooner the system becomes a level playing field. The sooner we can rid Altair of the Raiders and go home. Tennyson out. Priscilla is presently en route to Sector 19, ETA 1500 hours. In the meantime, we still have 2 hours of hyperspace travel remaining, and it's your turn to fly escort. Your orders are to take Alpha Wing and fly a routine hyperspace escort mission. Priscilla is less susceptible to hyperspace currents than her smaller fighters, so stick close. Stray too far from us, and you risk being lost in hyperspace. The likelihood of an attack in hyperspace is minimal, since engagements in hyperspace are always dangerous for both sides. Visibility is also minimal. Your task will be to keep a watchful eye out for debris or other ships which may cause an obstruction. How are you doing out there, Alpha Wing?
The sooner my shift is over, the better. Hyperspace gives me the creeps.
I heard that, Alpha 2.
Someone once told me that if you get lost in hyperspace, your soul is trapped here forever searching for a way out.
In that case, there must be a lot of trapped souls in hyperspace. Maybe that's what this strange noise is on.
Lost souls crying for help.
Or Banshee's trying to lure more pilots towards us.
Scylla, come in, Scylla.
The captain and everyone on the bridge are dead! We have fires and hull breaches! Engines and weapons are down! That was no accident. I think it was a bomb towards the bow of the ship. Jesus, it's a mess in here.
What should we do?
Watch our backs whilst we work on the damage. We're gonna scramble a few fighters to assist. The people in the hangars think we can do that. Alpha, look out! There's a large ship approaching from way off the beacon.
Scylla, I see nothing. Your sensors must be malfunctioning.
No! They can't be thinking of attacking! Not in hyperspace! That would be suicide!
fighters, we are under attack. Fire at will.
Oh my god. I'm going to die.
We're taking heavy damage. Cover us! We have restored weapons. Firing. We're not gonna make it. Reactors are going critical.
Oh no!
Beautiful. Now what do we do?
If we run, we'll get lost in hyperspace. We must stay here and pray that help comes.
Stay here? These guys? Maybe you haven't noticed, but we'd be popular around here.
Keep the fighters on the tail and stay away from that big pencil thing. Focus and we'll survive. Glad to see you, Hermes.
Friendly forces, follow this transmission to us. Our guns will provide you with cover.
The Raiders are leaving.
Forget about the Raiders. We will meet them again. normal space. Jump! There is nothing you could have done to save the Scylla, and will not be held accountable for its destruction. You faced overwhelming enemy firepower in a dangerous environment. In all honesty, you are lucky to have escaped with your life. There was no profit in the destruction of the Scylla. This was an unprovoked, preemptive attack on our task force. A deliberate attempt to destroy one of our ships and slaughter its crew. Sooner or later, the raiders will be brought to justice and held accountable. All of them. 341 crew died on the Scylla. This, like the loss of the Bradbury, is a tragedy. Although you served on the Scylla only a short while, I know you had friends there. Accept my sympathy. A memorial service will be held in the chapel at 1600 hours. For the remainder of your tour here in Altair, you will serve me here on the Hermes. I wish I could welcome you to my crew under happier circumstances. Altair Station's long-range hyperspace sensors have detected a very large group of ships headed for the Altair jump gate. This group has been positively identified as a raider battle group, multiple capital ships, and numerous smaller support vessels. The questions how, why, these questions must wait. For now, we must fight to protect the lives of our friends and thousands of innocent civilians. Earth Dome has been contacted, and all available ships are on their way. But we are the only ship that is close enough to get there in time. Rather than flee and risk being picked off by the raiders, civilian ships have been gathered under the protection of Altair Station's guns and Starfuries. I need every ship able to fight fully loaded and in space the moment we arrive to provide additional support. Standing orders are to engage all raider vessels on site. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy. For like the crew of the Scylla, you shall receive none. Many civilian ships are at risk. It's up to us.
Hermes, good. We were worried you wouldn't get here in time.
Don't worry. We'll send those raiders away with a bloody nose.
I'm surprised you didn't see them. They were right behind you.
Raiders almost upon us. They've made no attempt to use the gate.
They're going to jump in amongst us and under their own power.
Here they come. Jump points forming all around us.
How many?
Many. Break and attack. Protect the station and civilian vessels.
Great mother of God. Holy shit! We can't win. Stop talking, fight! We just lost our station and went through with these. We're killing us. We need some protection.
We've lost Altair Station, but we must fight on and save the others.
Wake up. Wake up.
ISN is sad to report the destruction of the Earth Alliance cruiser Scylla earlier today, resulting in the loss of all hands aboard. The vessel, which had been part of President Santiago's task force sent in to rid the Altair system of the raiders, was ambushed and destroyed in hyperspace by an unknown raider vessel. Over 300 crew were lost in this attack, which was as daring and as well executed as it was evil and unprovoked. This station would like to express its sympathy to those who had loved ones serving on the Scylla. President Santiago will hold a press conference to talk about this sad event later today. Also in Altair, ISN has received word of a spat of deaths on board the Earth Alliance's ring station. The deaths revolve around an internal affairs team sent to investigate raider infiltration of the station. Of the 6-man team consisting of 2 internal affairs investigators and, unusually, 4 psychops, 4 team members are now dead. The circumstances of the deaths are bizarre. One psychop in plain view in front of a crowd of shocked bystanders shot his partner with a PPG before turning the gun on himself. Another man died when he threw himself into some heavy machinery. The final victim spaced himself. Station security is baffled by these events and has locked down the station. Only personnel with the highest level authorization are being allowed to depart. Bodyguards have been placed on the remaining 2 psychops as they continue their investigations.
There will be time to mourn the loss of the Scylla, but that time is not now. Now we must focus on the job at hand. The balloon is going up. All hell is breaking loose on Altair Station. We've had 4 deaths in the last 3 hours, and the way these people died scares the hell out of me. The station has asked for help and we will respond. I've ordered Hermes back to the station. Once there, we'll use our Valkyries to transfer 100 of our best Gropos to the station and impose martial law. This has gone on far enough. It ends now. Here we go again. In the time it's taken us to get berthed outside the station, things have gone from bad to worse. Our task force sister ship, the Olympus corvette Gibraltar, was refueling here at the station when everything started to go to hell. Members of the Internal Affairs Investigation Team on the station started to die, suddenly, violently. Then station sensors detected the presence of a bomb on board the Gibraltar. The crew of the Gibraltar cannot confirm the presence of the weapon, but they are detecting it also. Therefore, we must assume it exists. An immediate evacuation was ordered. Shuttles from the station are ferrying the crew off the Gibraltar as I speak. I want you and a wing of my Furies out there to assist with the evacuation and keep the peace. You will command Alpha Wing, a wing of 4 Aurora Starfuries. You will launch immediately. Once out there, your orders are to escort rescue shuttles to and from the Gibraltar. Be prepared to accept further orders once you're out there. The situation is chaotic. We're going to have to play this one by ear. You are authorized to accept orders from either Hermes or Altair Station. Keep cool. Keep everyone else cool. Nobody gets hurt. It's about time you showed up, Alpha Wing. Get over to Psi Wing and escort them back to the station. Now.
On our way. Maximum burn.
Spool Ranch shares bought.
Control, I'm getting interference with my Fury systems.
Yes, all our computers are infected with a virus. A gift from the Raider friends, no doubt.
Great, this is gonna annoy the hell out of me.
Rescue
Second 6 on final approach. Be ready, there's more behind me and we're in a hurry.
Error. No money left to buy Spool Ranch shares.
Rescue Shuttle 7, coming in fast.
Alpha Wing to Psi Furies, form up on us. We are ordered to take you back to the station.
Psychop Peterson of Earth Force Internal Affairs. Negative, Alpha Wing. We'll do as we please. We're not answerable to you or Altair Control.
Come on, guys. Flying around scanning pilots is illegal.
Leave us alone. You don't know what you're dealing with here. You don't know what she's capable of.
What she is capable of? What are you talking about? Come on, the Cyclops are refusing to come with us. Now what?
Roger. Follow them and observe their activities. We'll deal with them later.
Error. No money left to buy Spoon Ranch shares. Error. No money left to buy Spoon Ranch shares.
Peterson, she's here. She is on the marathon, it's it.
Eris, stay where you are. You're under arrest.
Fool. So overconfident. So unprepared. You make me laugh. Pathetic.
No! Get out! Get out of my head!
No money left to buy Spoon Ranch shares.
Alpha 1, look out! Command, Star Wing is attacking Alpha 1.
Pilots, defend yourselves. Return fire.
Parting is such sweet sorrow. Your sorrow, that is. Goodbye, Altair.
Wait! Stop! Someone stop her!
They would have cured Alpha later.
Copy that, sir.
This ain't over, people. That computer virus just locked us out of our weapon systems. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Same here. We've lost weapons and engines. This whole thing stinks of a setup. What about the GodSat?
The GOD sat is not responding to our commands.
We're going to launch Delta Wing just in case. All pilots, new objective.
Gibraltar is moving. I repeat, Gibraltar is moving. The autopilot has been hacked.
We're locked out of the ship's computer. No surprise there. Dear God! It's headed towards the jump gate.
Yes, sir. Doug?
Everyone, stop Gibraltar before she hits the gate or the blast will kill us all. Use maximum force.
Error. No money left to buy.
Now we've lost control of the GOD set. It's turning toward us! Help! The GOD set is powering up its weapons. It's going to fire on the station. Someone do something!
Everyone, destroy or disarm the GodSat before it can fire on the station.
That thing was built to take out Charlins. If it fires,
no
we're
money
dead.
left to buy Spoon Ranch shares.
The GOD particle beam is coming online.
Good work. That's one of Gibraltar's engines torched. That'll slow her down. Keep firing. engines down. Gibraltar is now at half speed. Good work. God has been nullified. Three engines. Nearly there. Keep firing.
Yes, sir. Targeting engines.
No money left to buy Spoolware shares.
The Gibraltar has been disabled.
One of our techs just cracked the virus. He says he purged it from our systems, transmitting the virus-killing program to all ships.
Gibraltar has been destroyed. I'm going to have someone's head for this. In the meantime, Alpha and Delta, nicely done. Return to base.
Yes.
Outstanding work, Alpha 1. You handled that well. I doubt you'll find many more interesting sorties as an Earth Force pilot. With the smoke cleared, we can reflect on what happened here today. Our forces were misdirected on a grand scale. Obviously, there was no bomb on the Gibraltar. The whole thing was a distraction created by the Raiders' mole on Altair Station, who Psycop Peterson called Iris. While we were busy worrying about the Gibraltar, Iris escaped. As a parting gift, she tried to wipe out the system. Indeed, many did die today. The whole internal affairs investigation team are now dead, since you had to kill the remaining two in self-defense when they attacked you. The elaborate computer virus which affected our systems was propagated by our chief engineer. We do not believe he willingly helped Iris any more than those Psycops who attacked you did. You witnessed firsthand her ability to perform a telepathic mind wipe and reprogramming. We found the chief in his quarters, gibbering like a crazy man. The damage is irreversible. Perhaps it would have been better if he died like the Psycops. On the flip side, we came out of this relatively unscathed. Gibraltar was fully evacuated when it was destroyed. It is not a great loss. Also, Iris is now gone. No more will the Raiders always be one step ahead of us. The game in Altair just became fair.
Armed police on Earth today stormed the luxury home of Stellar Line director Lyman Zerga. In the firefight that ensued between the police and Zerga's personal bodyguard, 2 officers were injured. Zerga eventually surrendered to the police and was arrested on suspicion of collaborating with the Raiders to destroy the Starliner Bradbury. Police claim they have evidence demonstrating that Zerga personally planned the massacre along with Fencer, leader of the Raiders in Altair. In return for their help, Zerga is claimed to have promised to supply the Raiders with spaceship parts for use in building more of their Zephyr fighters. Zerga's lawyers claim the evidence is fabricated. Nevertheless, Zerga's arrest will come as no surprise to the many who have suspected his involvement from the very beginning. Zerga is well known for being cold-blooded and ruthless in the business community, and there have been rumors of his involvement in industrial terrorism in the past. He goes to trial next week charged with 864 counts of murder. If found guilty, he will likely face death of personality.
The last 24 hours have been chaotic to say the least. We almost didn't survive them, but we did. In doing so, we have maybe come through the worst of what the Raiders have to offer. The Raiders' trump card, their mole on Altair Station, is gone. With it, they have lost their source of information and a saboteur who has thus far made our lives here a misery. Yes, this person escaped. But the universe is not infinite. We will meet her again, and at that time, we will bring her to justice. Until then, our campaign continues. And now, for the first time, we are playing on a level field. with the Raiders. It is time for us to take the fight to the enemy. This is what we've been waiting for, pilots. Our analysts have turned up trumps. They've been piling pressure on the Narn arrested by Altair Station a few days ago. The same Narn the Centauri claimed were here with a warship to sell to the Raiders. Well, one of those Narn just spilled his guts. He gave us a time and place for the next sale of arms to the Raiders. That sale is set to go down very shortly, and we intend to be there. The meeting will take place near an abandoned Narn jump gate on the border of Earth Alliance and Narn space. Present, we're expecting to see a Narn Jaquan and any number of Raider ships. Hopefully we'll arrive just in time to catch the Narn in the act of transferring weapons to the Raiders' ships. As per our earlier made agreement with the Centauri, following that altercation outside Altair Station, we have brought the Centauri in on this operation. As a result, we will link up with the Primus cruiser Rigo on the way in. The ship has been tracking the Jaquan for some time and is nearby. You will command Alpha and Beta Wing, 2 wings of Aurora Starfuries. On entering normal space, our primary objective is prevent any and all Raider vessels from escaping. Your standing orders are to disable all Raider ships, destroy if necessary. We do not intend on engaging the Jaquan, but we must be prepared to do so should it turn hostile on us. Should that happen, we have more than enough firepower between ourselves and the Primus to take it down. This is our first chance to hit the Raiders. Let us hit them hard and turn this campaign around. Bingo! One Narn warcruiser caught red-handed selling to the Raiders. Looks like we're late. The Raiders are already leaving. Alpha Wing, disable or destroy all Raider ships. Do not let them escape with those weapons.
This is Rigo, battlecruiser of the Great Centauri Republic. You are guilty of selling weapons to the mass destruction to the Raiders or using against innocent Centauri civilians.
Watch your
great shot, pilot. To guarantee the safety of our people, we have no choice but to seize your ship. Power down weapons and engines, prepare to be boarded.
To log of a warcruiser in the box. This is Eagle territory, and we are entitled to trace this. Our business is finished, but we are now leaving. Do not try and stop us.
Rigo, let them go. Let us present our evidence to the Babylon 5 Security Council.
No, they will return to sell more weapons to the Raiders. They must be stopped.
Heads up! We have company!
Fire in the hole. Centauri cruiser is locking weapons on Narn vessels.
Come on, Narn are targeting our vessels too.
Take evasive action, but do not return fire. We must not get sucked into a Narn-Centauri conflict.
So they can shoot it off and we can't shoot back. This stinks.
The Narn cruiser is heavily damaged, heating up jump engines. The Narn cruiser has jumped safely. The Centauri are preparing to follow the Narn into hyperspace. Stand clear.
Yes, sir. Targeting engines.
The Rigo has jumped. the last Raider freighter accounted for. The area is secure. Alpha Wing, your job is done. Head back to the barn for debriefing.
Yes.
Excellent work, Alpha. Despite our late arrival on the scene, you worked quickly and efficiently to prevent the Raider freighters escaping into hyperspace with their cargoes of weapons and supplies. Do not feel bad about firing on those freighters. Had they escaped, the enemy would be using the weapons they carried to try to kill you and your friends. You did what you had to do. The Centauri battlecruiser Rigo acted on its own when it started that firefight with the Jaquan, needlessly putting all of our pilots in danger. The Centauri have once again apologized for the actions of what they are calling yet another rogue captain. Oh yes, roguishness is rife in the Centauri Navy. As for the Narn, well, both the Centauri and ourselves have taken our grievances with the Narn to the Babylon 5 Security Council. The Narn have, after much coercion, agreed to punish those responsible and have agreed to sever their ties with the Raiders. I for one hope that I do not have to deal with either the Narn or Centauri again. I've had more than enough of them trying to start interstellar war in our backyard.
Lyman Zerga, corrupt director of Stellar Line and the mastermind behind the Bradbury massacre, escaped from detention on Earth today. Zerga, who is to be tried on 854 counts of murder, was snatched from police custody by a group of Centauri mercenaries, leaving 3 dead security guards in their wake. The police say they are now expecting him to try to hire a ship to smuggle him out of Earth Alliance space, assuming he has not done so already, and have asked lawful citizens to be vigilant at this time.
Today we scored our first major victory against the Raiders, denying them a huge order of weapons and taking away many of their existing ships in the process. This defeat will have hit them hard. Undoubtedly, this enemy is resourceful. They will regroup and come at us once again. On the other hand, this is not a professional army. They are bandits, plain and simple, and we have demonstrated to them that the net is closing in. New information has revealed that our last mission was less successful than we had initially hoped. Although we were able to prevent many Raider freighters escaping with the materials they purchased from the Narn, it seems that many had already left by the time we arrived. Thus, the Raiders were able to escape with a sizable amount of military equipment. That's the bad news. The good news is that we know exactly where this equipment is. Neither a stroke of luck or lack of foresight be the Raiders. A scientific survey ship spotted what appears to be a makeshift depot located on the opposite side of an ice planetoid intended to protect it from sensor detection. Naturally, you're going in. You will command Alpha Wing, a wing of 4 Aurora-class Starfuries. Your objective is to perform a combat sweep of the area. Your standing orders are to engage all hostile Raider vessels and destroy all Raider equipment you encounter. With any luck, this should be a turkey shoot. Delta and Zeta Wing will also be along for the ride. I am taking this opportunity to give some of my less experienced pilots wing command over Delta and Zeta, so you do not have authority over those wings today. In addition, Zeta Wing will be field testing the new Thunderbolt Starfury. Maybe down the line you'll get to fly one yourself. Suit up and get to work.
All ships, you are nearing the radar depot. Prepare for contact. Prioritize fighters and gun platforms.
Confirmed.
Hey guys, like the new ship? Think you can keep up in those old rust buckets?
Yeah. Just remember it's your ass if you scratch it.
Damage it? Like that's gonna happen. Zeta Squad was chosen for a reason, you know.
Don't get cocky. Focus on your objectives.
Target acquired. Engaging now. Attacking all sides now. Come on, pilots, I could use a little help here. Sibling destroyed.
Pilot, check your 6. You got a bogey back there, and he seems to like the view.
after the freighters. Radar depot destroyed. No more cargo pods to shoot? Damn, I wasn't trying. Zero down here. Good work, everyone. Let's head back to the barn.
Excellent work. Raiding an enemy depot may not be glamorous work, but that doesn't make it any less important. Our victory here today, we have prevented the raiders escaping with any of the weapons and supplies they bought from the Narn. This is nothing short of a disaster for the enemy. They lost a lot of money and a lot of ships in the process. If we're lucky, some of those supplies we intercepted were crucial to the raiders and will impact their effectiveness as a fighting force in the long term. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate everyone on your splendid work over the last 2 days. In addition to our victories against enemy supply lines, the Morpheus was able to mop up many enemy ships scattered by our attacks. The rumor is we have hurt the enemy badly, perhaps even terminally. Their morale is shattered. Somewhere out there the spacefaring enemy is sweating, fearing that we are closing in on them. In the colonies about Altair, many associated with the raiders are beginning to panic. Organized crime as a whole in the system is showing the first signs of collapse, providing our security forces with fresh leads all the time. We must not become complacent. There are more battles remaining to be fought, but surely the Hermes and the Morpheus are now well on the road to victory in this campaign. Intelligence has uncovered evidence indicating that the raiders intend to attack 2 merchant vessels currently en route to Altair 2. We are the nearest task force ship, and so we will take them under our wing. The Hermes has changed course and will rendezvous with the freighters in a couple of hours. Once there, we will hook up with some Starfuries from Altair Station and escort the merchants to their destination. You, however, will not be coming with us. We have a different mission for you. As you are no doubt aware, Lyman Zerga, director of Stellar Line Corporation and mastermind behind the Bradbury Massacre, escaped from custody on Earth a few days ago. With the help of a few ruthless band of Centauri mercenaries, we now have a chance, maybe our only chance, to bring him to justice again. Earth police arrested one of Zerga's aides on suspicion of arranging Zerga's escape. This aide has revealed details of a plan to smuggle Zerga into League space. According to that plan, Zerga is presently in Altair and en route to meet a Mercury cruiser, which will take him the rest of the way. You will command a wing of 4 Aurora Starfuries. Your mission is to wait on Zerga's predicted flight path. If he and the Centauri mercenaries show up, arrest and hold them at your position until Hermes returns to pick you up. You are granted authority to fire on anyone who resists arrest. Be aware that you will have no support for this mission. Also, that the Centauri mercs are likely to have Centauri ships which are faster than your Starfuries. So if things go badly, running away is not an option. This is a dangerous mission.
Right on schedule. Lyman Zerga and his escort dead ahead. A Scarab and 6 Centauri fighters.
6? How come we're always outnumbered these days?
Air Force Wing to Centauri ships. You are under arrest for aiding and abetting an old fugitive. Power down your weapons and engines.
This is Lyman Zerga. I will not go back to Earth. The authorities will mind-wipe me. Erase all that I am. It is the same as a death sentence.
Sorry, bud, but if you don't stop, we're gonna have to shoot you.
Okay, Air Force. Let's get on with it.
Mercenary fighters closing to attack. Looks like we're in for a fight.
Nice shot, kid. Don't get cocky. Somebody get this green beam shooting bonehead off my butt.
Fighters are destroyed. Now those fighters are have back so we can concentrate on disabling and disarming Zerga's Scarab.
Lyman Zerga, before Varga surrenders. I have ordered my pilot to power down weapons and engines.
Area secure. Varga, keep your engines and weapons powered down. The AS enemies will arrive to pick us up in about half an hour.
You know I am a very rich man. I offer the money I was going to pay those mercs you just killed to any of you that will help me escape now.
Run in hell, you sick freak.
Well done, pilot. This was a potentially dangerous mission. Zerga's escort was surprisingly formidable. You were outnumbered facing arguably superior enemy fighters in the Centauri Centris. Without support or chance of escape, against all this adversity you completed your mission and brought the criminal to justice. The EAS Morpheus safely delivered Zerga to Altair Station. From there he will be transferred back home to Earth. He will be at his own trial on time. He will be judged for his sins, thanks to you, Alpha 1. You eliminated all the hostile fighters single-handed. Your skill has not gone unnoticed. Our analyst just gave me the following new information. When the Psi Corps became suspicious that Iris might be present in Altair Station, they stationed their Psi Corps motherships nearby in hyperspace. That's how they got to the station so quickly. When the Psi Cops found Iris escaping, they were able to inform the mothership before being compromised and killed. The mothership was then able to put 2 black Omega Stealth Furies on her tail and follow from a safe distance. The Psi Corps passed her destination onto our intelligence teams, who were able to follow her from there. Earth Force Intelligence then took over the operation and tracked her to the Shattered Star, a rocky planetoid situated within a cluster of asteroids, which it holds within its gravity. The star was home to a mining colony, and one of its asteroids in its orbit was home to an Earth Force asteroid base. Both the colony and the asteroid base were destroyed early in the Earth-Minbari War. I have contacted the captain of the Morpheus, and we are headed to the Shattered Star, where we will investigate any Raider presence. The feeling I have in my bones is that in their rush to retrieve and protect Iris, they have revealed their major base of operations in the system to us. A fatal error. Once we arrive at the star, there is a strong likelihood we will meet Iris again. To fight her effectively, you need to know who she is and what she can do. I've asked a representative of the Psi Corps to address you on just that topic.
One of our most brilliant Psycops, who shall remain nameless, has always had a particular interest in manipulation using brainwashing. In recognition of this and his expertise in the field, in 2248 he was granted his own project. The Eris project was co-sponsored by EarthGov. It was an experiment to take a powerful young telepath and train her in these specific areas. The subject was a young girl, identified as the purest genetic telepath of her year. She received special training at Syria Planum. EarthGov provided convicted criminals sentenced to death of personality for her to practice her skills on. Under our tuition and with the help of certain experimental drugs, she became extremely proficient at her skill. She can mind-wipe a person and install a new personality in seconds, at a distance within a minute. Most importantly, she can install a personality which is specifically tailored to do her bidding, effectively turning a normal person into a single-minded robot. The effects are permanent and irreversible. For reasons unknown to us, Eris decided to go rogue. She killed many of our employees and fled Mars. She has since developed a pathological and inexplicable hatred of the Corps and of Earth Alliance itself. She should be considered extremely dangerous. It is with regret that we are recommending anyone who comes into contact with her to shoot on sight.
A preliminary scouting mission looked long-range readings of the Shattered Star has revealed a huge amount of Raider activity in the area, suggesting that we have indeed located the Raiders' base of operations in Altair. The center of activity seems to be an asteroid in the star's orbit, designated K240. We have also seen some traffic from the surface of the planetoid itself, indicating that the old mining colony may also be in use by the Raiders. In discussion with our analyst and Captain De La Croix of the Morpheus, we have formulated a plan of attack, which we have called Operation Clean Sweep. As our best pilot, you will play an important part in every stage of the attack. In this first stage, we need you to approach the star and obtain information about the Raiders' defenses. You will lead Alpha Wing, a wing of captured Raider fighters, Belt Alliance Zephyrs. Your primary objective is to enter Raider airspace without attracting attention to yourself and obtain a scan of asteroid K-240 and any other capital ships you may encounter. You are not to engage the enemy. Instead, you will pose as Raider pilots, hence the Zephyrs. Keep a low profile and avoid coming into close proximity of enemy ships. Once you have completed your mission, proceed to the extraction point and signal for pickup. Our sister ship, the Morpheus, will retrieve you.
Okay, that's the LDA asteroid base up ahead. Looks like Raider Central. They've got quite a few patrols and we should steer clear of those. I wonder if they'll ask us for the clearance code. Guess we'll find out.
Boy, that Urish really lasted in Altair. What the hell was she trying to achieve wiping out the whole system?
Yeah, she's crazy. Still, she's real cute. Fence is so lucky.
Fence was crazy bringing Urish back here. He could have led Earth Force right to us.
She's his girl. He did what he had to do.
Fence should evacuate this place. Altair is too hot now. We can take the loot and go elsewhere.
That's one big asteroid. 2 kilometers wide according to my readout.
I agree, his thing is crazy. Someone should talk to Fencer.
Dear God, so many guns. Have the Raiders never heard of overkill? Heads up. The Raider battle wagon Archon joined the show. Archon definitely counts as capital ship, so I guess we should do a scan.
Proximity alert. 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 Proximity alert.
Archon scan results
Proximity
confirmed
alert.
as converted non-Raider. Main weapons, heavy X-ray laser, 2 bidirectional railguns, 4 anti-cap ship guns. It's loaded with Zephyr fighters, up to 200 lifetimes on board.
Unidentified ships, please transmit security code.
Transmitting now.
That security clearance has expired.
It is? Well, how time flies.
This is Spencer. I'm talking to the 2 Earthline spies who have in our presence. I hope you enjoyed your tour of our asteroid field. Unfortunately, the tour does come at a price. We cannot allow you to leave this place alive. In a moment, our controller will update the friend and foe systems on our ships. Once revealed, you will die a very unpleasant death shortly afterwards. In the meantime, have a nice day.
Jeez.
Run, Earth Alliance, run!
Where are they gonna go? They're so dead.
Reinforcements are unavailable. You're on your own.
Requesting extraction. Requesting extraction. Requesting extraction. Requesting extraction. Requesting extraction. Requesting extraction. Requesting extraction.
Morpheus on station. Form up on us, Alpha. Let's jump to hyperspace. Engage jump engines.
Outstanding work, pilot. What you did out there took guts and strong nerve. Remind me never to play poker with you. Our analysts are working with the information you brought back, and will provide our gunners with information about any weaknesses in the Raider defenses. Get something to eat and try to relax, but be prepared to fly again in 45 minutes. Thanks to you, Operation Clean Sweep Stage 2 is about to commence. Stage 2 of Operation Clean Sweep is about to commence. The assault on the Raiders' asteroid base. All hands, report to your superiors for briefing immediately. Courtesy of Alpha 1, we now have all the information we need about the Raider defenses. The Raiders have indeed captured the old Earth Force asteroid base in orbit around the shattered star. They're using it to maintain, and in fact, build new Zephyr fighters. They have also repaired and upgraded its defenses, making it substantially more lethal. The base is now outfitted with X-ray laser cannons that make it a match for even the Hermes and Morpheus combined. The battle wagon Archon has also arrived, and many fighters are present. Although so far, the carrier Medusa has been conspicuous by its absence. Stage 2 of Operation Clean Sweep is underway. At 0600, the Hermes entered the asteroid field alongside the Morpheus. We are en route to the occupied asteroid base. Should the Raiders not surrender, we cannot justify the risk involved in trying to capture the base. Therefore, we will destroy it. Our capital ships will lead the assault. Engaging with guns and X-ray lasers, the asteroid base itself is armed with X-ray lasers and is expected to put up quite a fight. Destruction of these enemy X-ray laser batteries should be a priority, but be careful not to get caught in the crossfire. You are granted complete control of the fighter-bomber element of this mission. Welcome to the big league, Alpha 1. Your objective is to assist our ships in the destruction of the asteroid base. We are putting all of the battle group's resources at your disposal. Plan your mission and equip your wings wisely. Good luck, Alpha 1. This is Earth Alliance Destroyer Hermes to Raider ships. You're ordered to power down and surrender. EAS Hermes to Raider base. This is your final warning. Stand down immediately.
Spock speaking. Fencer second in command. Negative on surrender. We're ready for you. Bring it on.
So be it. What's he so confident about? Where's Spencer?
Never mind that. Watch one of those backs and remember your training, and you'll return alive. Good luck.
Fighters, screen our ships against asteroids and enemy fighters. Standing order is fire at will. Intel screwed up. The Archon isn't here. Where the hell is it?
Roger that. Affirmative.
Still no sign of the raided battle wagon.
Reactor's going critical.
Guns. Brace for impact.
Attention all decks. Incoming fire. Brace for impact. Fire in the hole.
Alright, a party!
Is destroyed.
Oh God! Help me! No! No! Targeting engines.
Burn in hell, Earth Force. If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
Lord help us.
Insane. Copy that. Targeting engines over.
Pilot, check your 6. You got a bogey back there and he seems to like the view.
All enemies are destroyed. The area is secure. Alpha, return to the Hermes. Alpha 1, today you proved beyond a shadow of any doubt that you are command material. Congratulations on a job very well done. This was a hard-fought battle, but in the end, with your help, we decimated the raiders. We have captured a few raiders, and for the first time, they have been speaking openly to us. They confirm that but for a very small number of ships, we have wiped the raiders from the map in Altair. The fact that raider captives are talking to us at all is evidence that this is so. This was a great victory. It comes at the end of a short but difficult campaign. I meet with the captain of the Morpheus and Earth Force strategist in an hour. Hopefully, we can declare the objectives of the task force met and the campaign over. With the asteroid base dealt with, we are now free to approach surface of the shattered star. We can confirm the raiders are occupying the old mining colony on the far side of the planetoid's surface. This is further evidenced by the fact that the scout we sent to check out the facility was promptly blown out shortly after making its preliminary findings, indicating the colony is quite hostile. We have no reason to believe there are any civilians present on the planetoid, since to our knowledge, It has been unoccupied and in ruin for many years. We must remove this second raider base as quickly as the first. We cannot risk allowing any of them to escape. Unfortunately, we cannot risk a capital ship assault on the colony. Hermes and Morpheus were badly damaged in the assault on the asteroid base, so I'm ordering you to take 2 wings of ground attack capable ships. Your objective, assuming they don't surrender, is to do on the ground what you did in space. Destroy the raider base. Show them no mercy, for they will show you none.
Mining colony, dead ahead.
Enemy weapons locking onto my ship. Lots of enemy weapons.
Dear God. That's not a mining colony, it's a fortress.
Okay, let's get to it. The sooner we can get this joke done, the sooner we can go home.
Target locked. Tally-ho!
Roger that, sir. Targeting weapon systems.
Be prepared to take evasive action. Pick your targets, use your missiles. Just entering sensor range.
Oh, please no. No more Zephyrs.
Under my tail. Great shot, pilot.
Affirmative.
Our year is done. Let's go home.
Truly, you are an amazing pilot, Alpha 1. Your flying has become legendary amongst everyone here in the task force. And now this. Little did we know that base was armed to the teeth. A fortress. Intended to house and protect the raiders' stolen goods and valuables from even the most powerful adversary, who would have made a minced meat out of Hermes and the Morpheus. To you, it was just another day at the office. The raiders have lost the Shattered Star. With it, they lost the vast majority of their remaining equipment and personnel. We can arguably call the task force's objectives in the system complete. The only thing that could have made our victory more complete is the destruction of the elusive raider carrier Medusa. Also captured raider pilots, accepting the end of the raiders in the system, have started to talk to us. They have indicated that the leader of the raiders, Fencer, and their most prized asset, the telepath Iris, escaped the star just prior to the attack. Every effort is being made to locate them before they escape. We won the battle today. However, the raiders still possess 3 important assets. Their leader Fencer, the powerful rogue telepath Iris, and the carrier Medusa. These threats must be removed to prevent the raiders from rebuilding and to win the battle tomorrow. The battle at the Shattered Star was arguably the biggest Earth Alliance military engagement since the Earth-Minbari War. When the dust had settled, the Raiders' base of operations was gone. With it, our analysts estimate they lost 90% of their personnel and hardware. The enemy in Altair has been almost entirely annihilated. However, they do still possess 2 important assets: the powerful rogue telepath Iris and the carrier Medusa. These threats must be removed before the task force can declare its objectives fully met. Fortunately, this organization in the ranks of the Raiders presents us with an opportunity to remove both threats sooner than we could have hoped for. Don't take off your flight suit, pilot. You're going right back out there. Report for briefing immediately. Accepting the end of the Raiders in Altair and no longer fearing reprisals, Raider pilots have started talking to us in an attempt to save their own skin. What they told us was this: prior to the attack on the asteroid base, the Raiders' leader, Fencer, sneaked out of the base with Iris and a couple of wings of fighters. They are running away from the Shattered Star. They have no jump capability of their own, but they may have arranged to be retrieved by the Raiders' last remaining jump-capable ship, the carrier Medusa. Raider pilots do believe the Medusa is in the area, as they heard Fox attempting to order Medusa to join the fight. Goa, captain of the Medusa, refused. Take 2 wings of Starfuries. Your objective is to prevent the escape of any Raiders. This mission is important for the future. Iris and the Medusa are important to the Raiders. With them, they will quickly become a threat once more. Take them away, and we hammer the final nail into their coffin. This is General Maxwell Snyder of the Hermes. Your base of operations is lost. Our Starfuries are gaining. Surrender or be destroyed.
Benza here. Spare friendly threats, General. We have errors. We protected her from you and the Side Corps. Now she protects us. So don't even try and stop us.
Fencer is right, General. Earth Alliance and the Side Corps mean nothing but pain and misery to me. Put your pilots in our way, and I'll tear their minds apart.
This is your last warning. We do not want to kill you, but if you do not surrender, you leave us no other choice.
No, this is your last warning. I will force your pilots to kill each other, then I will force the rest to kill themselves.
I see. Then this negotiation is concluded. Iris is your primary target. Destroy her Sky Serpent. Take her out as quickly as you can. She can't hack your mind if she's dead. Iris has captured Alpha 3.
Earth Force are gaining on us. Silver and bronze wings, drop back and slow them down.
Okay, Fencer. Don't leave without us. It won't take long to wipe out these rookies.
Come get some, Raider scum.
Fencer, they're still coming.
Don't worry, they won't get past us. Create a little chaos. We'll do the rest.
Iris has captured Beta 2. Here to pick up Iris. Destroy it. Let's finish the raiders in this sector for good.
I have under my tail. Help me!
Pilots, the raider carrier Medusa is preparing to depart. Take it down, now!
That was a good idea. Wrong. Launch fighter.
The raider carrier Medusa is disabled. It cannot escape. This is our chance to rid ourselves of her once and for all. Take her down hard.
Boys, I could use some help here.
Khan has been slain. The Raider carrier Medusa is utterly destroyed. For the jump to hyperspace.
This is Captain Stewart of the Hood. Approach the ship. We'll open a jump point and allow you to return to the Hermes. By the way, Alpha One, the crew have something they want to say to you.
That was an incredible piece of flying, Wing Commander. Throughout this campaign, you have faced difficult missions where you have been outnumbered and outgunned. This was no exception. Yet, despite everything the enemy could throw at you, including a mind-wiping psychopath and a carrier full of ships, you obliterated them. Now, last die-hard band of raiders, the carrier Medusa, and the Psi Corps' monster Iris are all gone. Your victory brings a successful conclusion to our campaign here in Altair. The enemy no longer exists. They have been utterly wiped out. Resident security forces can now begin the cleanup operation. They have many prisoners to deal with. Those who we have captured and arrested, and those who they have arrested on the ground. They will all be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, and made to repay their debt to society. I know that many of you serving with us came from other vessels stationed throughout the Earth Alliance. You will now be returned to your original posts. Before we all go our separate ways, I ask all of you to remember the cost of this victory. The Bradbury, the Scylla. Each life lost is a tragedy and countless others. We must remember those who fell and honor their memory by striving to ensure that this never happens again. To my crew aboard the Hermes and the crew of the Morpheus, I would like to say thank you. Earth Force is in your debt.